Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install Mint Linux 20 on VMware Workstation. Alright, the first step is to download the Mint Linux ISO. For that I'll be opening Google and I'm going to be searching for Mint Linux. I'm selecting the Cinema desktop. Let me see. The closest one will give me the fastest download. My download is over and now let me type VMware Workstation in the search box. And here is VMware Workstation. I'm going to select New Workstation and I'm going to select the typical settings. I have the ISO, I'm pointing it to that. Now I'm going to click Next and I'm going to select Linux. Let's see, where is Mint Linux? It's not here. Alright, so then the solution is to select Linux 4.x or later. Let me double check with Mint. Gonna search for Mint Linux 20. What's new? I'm gonna search for kernel, and here we go, Linux kernel 5.4. So the one we selected on VMware is correct. Let me change the virtual machine name here to Mint Linux 20. I'm going to leave the default setting here. I'm going to select Next and Finish. Actually, let me double check the settings here because Mint Linux would need a certain minimum system spec. Let me search for Mint Linux 20 system requirements. Alright, here we go. Here we have 2 gigs of RAM, dual core processor and 20 gigs of hard drive space. Now let's go over to VMware Workstation and change those settings. Here we need 2 gigs of RAM, 2 processors and 20 gigs of hard drive space. Alright, and now the settings part is done. We'll turn on the virtual machine to complete with the installation. The screen is a little bit bad, the resolution. Let me try to do something here. Stretch. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to start Mint Linux, and after that, after Mint Linux boots, we can select to install it. Fantastic. So Mint Linux boots. This is the live CD. And this basically allows you to try the operating system out before installing it into your PC. Now let's jump to the installation. Alright, so, oh no, I'm not gonna read the release notes. I can do it later. Select English, US. Yep, install multimedia codecs. I'm just gonna install Mint Linux on the existing hard drive. I know the hard drive is clean and new, so I don't have to worry about losing data or anything. Install now. Continue. Selecting my location. I'm gonna use a random name here. Done, and now it will take a couple of minutes for the installation to complete. Fantastic, the installation is complete, and now I'm going to restart it. So the installation is saying that the installation medium is still there in the CD drive. I'm just gonna confirm. Okay, it's not there, so right, we can continue. So I managed to log in here, but there seems to be an issue with the video drivers. This can be resolved by enabling 3D acceleration. So I'm going to turn off this virtual machine now. And then I'm going to head over to Settings, Display, Accelerate 3D Graphics. Hopefully this should resolve this issue. Alright, and now I'm going to close this and I'm going to turn the virtual machine on again. I'm going to disconnect the CD-ROM because I believe it's still pointing to the installation CD. Disconnect. Fantastic, so it seems like that issue was resolved. So now the next step is to install VMware tools. I'm going to dismiss this window. Here we'll be entering some Linux commands. I'm going to create a mount point here to mount the VMware tools CD. I'm going to be root user. I'm going to mount the CD onto that mount point. Okay, so here I'm going to copy the VMware tools compressed file onto the local hard drive. Now I'm going to go into the temporary folder. Here I'm going to unzip the file. I'm going to go into the VMware tools distribute. I'm clearing the screen and now I'm going to run the install script. For all these questions you can answer the default by just entering the enter key. Alright, so VMware tools is installed. Now I'm going to restart the virtual machine. So the virtual machine booted without any issues, and now I'm going to do a small test to check whether the virtual machine can handle the increased resolution. So I'm going to remove, stretch and fit guess, and yeah, it expanded. So the virtual machine display drivers are working, but it's not 100% test because you need to run a graphics intensive application to really test whether it works. So the basic test pass, it can support higher resolutions. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the resolution down because it's too high. I cannot see what's in the virtual machine. Right click on the taskbar and you can get to system settings and scroll a little bit down and display settings, and here is the resolution. I'm going to turn it down. So I'm going to be fast forwarding a bit because I'll be playing around with different low resolutions and trying to get the best for this video. So next is to test whether file drag and drop works. For that I'm going to be opening the Excel program and I'm going to save a file on the desktop, and then I'll be dragging it out to see whether it drags. So that will confirm whether the drag and drop works. Okay, so I'm going to drag the file out. It works. And now I'm going to drag it back in to see whether the drag in works. Oops, there is an issue. It's not wanting to go in. Let's see. So the other option is to try dragging it in the opposite direction. So I'm going to move the file to the right of my desktop and drag it in from there. Right, so it works. So there could be small glitches like that. So you can always try dragging it in a new direction to see whether it works. Alright, and that comes to the end of this video. I hope you found this useful. If you like this video, please press the like button and please subscribe for future updates. Thanks.